I've tried virtually everything under the sun, from meditation to no-fap to CBUM special sauce to counting every single grain of rice on my plate. I realized that most of the fitness advice out there is just bullshit. Now, the turning point in my fitness journey was realizing that less is truly better and that counting calories is actually detrimental to your fitness goals. Now, I might get a lot of flack because of this, but this is advice that is coming from the bottom of my heart that I've tried and applied, and that has worked for me, and I guarantee will work for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how to get shredded before the summer. No BS. Stop counting your calories. Now, before you dislike this video, hear my story out as to why I firmly stand behind those words. A year ago, I was taking on very prestigious roles in leadership positions at school. I was swimming 3 to 4 hours a day, and I had very ambitious goals of getting into prestigious universities in the United States of America. You can imagine how much stress a 16-year-old version of myself was going through at the time. To make matters worse, he was trying to get absolutely shredded and get absolutely jacked. Not that he wasn't fit. That's a good step in the right direction. Sure, I'll congratulate Andy from last year. But since he was going through so much stress, he wasn't seeing much results. Even though he was trying such extreme diets, even though he was counting literally every grain of rice on his plate, he wasn't seeing much progress. Now fast forward to today. I've lost 20 pounds in 2 months. I've managed to meet all kinds of people of all walks of life. And I think I've managed to make friendships that will last me the rest of my life. What caused this extreme period of growth? Sure, you might argue it's because I came to university. Sure, you might argue it's because I started all these good habits. But if it came down to one thing, and one thing only, it's because I started living life simple. And to go more into detail, because for the sake of the topic of this video, getting abs, how did I end up getting so shredded to the point where I had visible abs? It's because I implemented a simple diet. Well, just to give you a brief rundown, the simple diet is replacing your favorite carbohydrates, calorically dense foods, and junk food with healthy alternatives like single ingredient foods such as salad and fruit. That's it. Just to give you an example, in the mornings, you might have, I don't know, nobody eats cake in the mornings, but for the sake of this example, let's say you eat a cake and maybe some eggs in the morning. Now, the simple diet would tell you to stop eating the cake, even though it fits into your macros and it fits into your calories. Okay, but it would tell you, based on the simple diet's premises, to get rid of the cake, replace that with a bit of spinach, lettuce, all types of leaves, and a lot of fruits in the morning. And that would be calorically equivalent to the cake. Now what this does is it fills you up more. It's basically the same amount of calories, but I'm gonna get into that later, but not every calorie is the same. And it's healthier because you're eating foods that contain micronutrients that you wouldn't be able to access normally if you just stuck to a very consumerist diet like most of us do nowadays. And 4, it cuts down all the stress for you in deciding what healthy food you should be eating for the next meal, because you already have this planned down. Now, to go back to the paradox that I raised earlier, why is it that not every calorie is the same? Well, let's compare apple to cake. You've got 1 calorie of cake and 1 calorie of apple. Are they the same theoretically? Yes. In practice, no. They've got different glycemic indexes. They digest at different rates. And all in all, the cake is just, I'll tell you straight up from the knowledge that I know, it's got a more complex chemical structure. It's going to take longer to digest, and it lingers in your bloodstream more, and it's got all these different artificial stuff that lingers in your blood, which is bad. And you've got the apple that fructose, chemically simpler structure, and it digests faster, you use it better, and it's got better micronutrients and whatnot. So which one is better? obviously the 1 calorie of apple is better than the 1 calorie of cake. The simple diet revolves around this premise, this theory, and it makes you eat foods that you wouldn't eat otherwise, get the micronutrients that you wouldn't get otherwise, make you an all holistically healthier human being, and 2, it eliminates all the stress for you in deciding what to eat next because you have this plan down already. So Andy, how do I apply this to my life, this simple diet? Once again, amazing question. Let me tell you, the simple diet is very versatile in the fact that it's simple because you don't rely on monocultures. You obviously, there's a lot of variation in the foods that you eat, but you set down a rule for yourself to follow for, the amount of time that you intend to cut down and shred for. So let's go back to the example of, the guy that eats cake for breakfast, which you're a weirdo if you do that, but it's 2023. Everybody's got very different views on life, and I won't judge you for that, but you are kind of a weirdo for doing that. But let's say you're eating cake now in the morning and you got a couple of eggs. The simple diet would tell you to replace that with single ingredient foods. Now this could be, if you are craving a bit of carbs, this could be baked potatoes. This could be a little bit of steamed brown rice, low caloric rice. This would allow you to eat healthier and gain access to other micronutrients that you wouldn't be able to eat otherwise. Like I said earlier. Now let's say for lunch you eat, instead of even then, I'm not telling you to cut down all your carbs, but I'm saying you can maybe have the basmati rice that you're eating or the curry that you're eating for lunch. Maybe instead of having rice with that or processed rice, the rice that it's genetically modified shit. Okay, there's a reason why the rice is so white. It's because they genetically modify that stuff. So why not get a healthier alternative of brown rice, or get a healthy alternative like eating salad. Trust me, a plate of salad is as filling as a little bit of rice. So get a plate of salad, add some fruit on top of it, and you will get the same amount of calories, and you're gonna have better micronutrients, and you're gonna eat a wider range of healthier stuff, and you're gonna fill yourself up more, and voila, you're always still in a caloric deficit. Now for dinner, you might be like, I'd like to have a big dinner. Sure. That's fine. Instead of the fries in the burger that you have, replace the buns. You can still have, I know, wrap a burger. I know it sounds crazy, with tomato, put the usual tomato, your toppings, and then wrap it in lettuce or something. I don't know. They slap. I ain't gonna lie. A lettuce burger, they slap. You gotta try this out yourself. And replace the fries with, yet again, a plate of salad or a bowl of fruit. Things that are single ingredient foods. Now this is going to make you eat all in all holistically healthier, and it's going to make you happier because you don't have to decide what to eat next. And it cuts down on all the stress because you have this planned out already. And literally eat the same thing day after day because you don't have to worry about your micronutrients. You don't have to worry about, fucking your testosterone, going to shit because you're not eating enough healthy fats, because you've got that covered with good single ingredient foods like beans, almonds, the kidney beans, these pumpkin seeds and whatnot. You have this planned out. So the next step for you is, I just offer you a good blueprint just now. I know I'm rambling on about stuff, but the next step for you is to take a reflective eye and look at what you eat on a day-to-day basis, and replace anything that's GMO, replace anything that is artificial with single ingredient foods. That is what the simple diet revolves around. Otherwise, that's my cup of tea. Check out these videos on how I stay jacked as a college student, and of course, 4 life-changing habits for me. Remember, if you want to see the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. Peace.